you're watching this video, it probably means YouTube got your personal algorithm wrong. I have no funny cat videos for you, no miniature cooking, I'm not live streaming Minecraft or any such thing. So you might as well keep scrolling. But if you don't feel like scrolling, then stick around. We'll talk a bit. I'm actually stopped right now, getting loaded with ingredients to make protein bars. I'm hauling a lot of protein bars and the stuff that makes protein bars lately. But I want to talk about something today. I wanted to talk about venting. I'm going to talk about venting, and I'm going to use an illustration that I hope you'll understand. It's about a hypothetical pressurized system with a couple of basic components. There's the unit itself, the system, the tank, the reservoir, whatever you want to call it, the system that builds the pressure. And there are any number of applications for a pressurized system, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is that we are talking about this system. This system represents the self, the you, the me, the him, the her, and the beautiful Technicolor rainbow in between. The system also has a pressure release valve on the back end of it, and I believe that this is what most people would equate with venting. Their system builds up pressure, their pressure release valve releases that excess pressure. Pretty simple. When you have too much pressure in your life, you vent about it. You vent to the people around you, that's fine. Until it isn't. See, a pressure release valve is meant to keep the unit safe, keep it from damaging itself, keep it from failing catastrophically, keep it from exploding. You ever seen somebody explode? You ever exploded yourself? Not fun. Renders the unit useless. Now, a good working pressure release valve on any given pressurized system is supposed to work. It's supposed to do its job. But it's a last resort. See, the issue is that many people do not regulate their systems. Now, in any good pressurized system, they have what's called an input regulator. That input regulator is designed to keep the unit from overpressurizing itself in the first place. This helps to prevent structural damage to the unit. It helps to prevent the unit from, as I said, failing catastrophically. Every system is built different, and each one has its own capacity. That input regulator is meant to prevent the system from exceeding its capacity. But as a second line of defense against overpressurization, the pressure release valve is there to vent excess pressure. Now, many of us, admittedly, myself included, rely too heavily on our pressure release valve when we become overpressurized. The problem with that is that even if it prevents us from failing catastrophically, from exploding outright, damaging ourselves and rendering ourselves useless, it still puts stress on our systems that will, given enough time and pressure, cause the system to fail prematurely, even below its manufactured capacity. So what do we do? We adjust our input regulator. Now, every person has circumstances in their lives that they cannot control. But a lot of us do have circumstances that we can control. And we allow, many of us, excessive input into our systems. We take on too many things. We put too many pressures onto ourselves. Sometimes we act as the technician that operates the pressure release valve of other people's systems. That's fine if you know what you're doing. If you are a professional, if you are a therapist or a counselor, that is what you are trained to do. But most of us are not trained professionals. Most of us do not know how to properly operate a pressure release valve on somebody else's system. Most of us don't even know how to operate it within our own systems. Now, maybe you need help in calibrating your input regulator. Maybe you don't know how to do that. Maybe you need to see somebody who does, a therapist or a counselor, or maybe just somebody that's much older than you who is in a place in life that you'd like to be in someday. Not everybody that's older than you has life figured out. Most of them do, but not everybody. Use your good judgment. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep it relatively brief today. Adjust your input regulator. Stop overpressurizing yourself. Stop relying on your pressure release valve to regulate your pressure. Vent when you absolutely have to, because that's healthy. Don't let yourself build up so much that you explode. That's not healthy. But it's also not healthy to rely on venting to regulate your pressure. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to the people around you. You wouldn't intentionally damage somebody by overloading them with excess pressure. Don't expect them to take on your excess pressure. These are people that you love, that you care about. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Wherever you are, I hope you are well. I hope you're safe. Perhaps I'll see you around. Perhaps you'll see me. Take care.